fishing, it's not just the magical campsites, but it's the adventure, it's the risk, it's the adrenaline. It's literally what I live for. Just giving a bit of a weather forecast, and what he was just saying was attention all boaties, the swell's about to pick up to double what it is now. Good morning, you legends. What a beautiful morning it is. Well, it's absolutely freezing, hence the reason we got the jumper on. But Dad and I have trekked it up north and, well, we've been treated with an absolute glass off this morning. Look at that sunrise just coming over right now. So I haven't really done too much beach launches with this boat, but what we're going to do is I'm going to sit in the car. Dad's going to stay in the boat with the little dog. I don't know if you guys can see. Little Bindi. But Dad's going to stay in the boat and I'm just going to reverse. Dad will turn the engine on and then reverse off. Hopefully that goes to plan because there is a little bit of a swell today. It's meant to be a 3-metre swell, so hopefully that goes to plan anyway.
Well, it looks like a glass off, doesn't it? We thought all was going to plan until this random freak wave decided to come out of nowhere. Now, I had already unattached the boat by this stage, so it was too late for me to drive out, and we just had to take the brunt of the hit of the wave. It wasn't that big and didn't do too much damage, but it did scare us at the moment and at the time. But luckily enough, I just unattached the boat. Dad was able to turn the boat on, reverse it out, and we did get out of there unscathed, but that could have gone a lot worse than it did.
And that got the heart racing. That swell just came out of nowhere. Now, that is exactly why we weren't going to launch here. So yesterday about lunchtime, what happened is Dad dropped me at the nearest town and I drove about half an hour to this campground here. And Dad met me with the car and he had the trailer obviously, and then we're just going to park the boat offshore. But the weather just turned unexpected yesterday afternoon. It was quite average, so we didn't want to leave the boat just on one anchor out there because it just would have turned to carnage and it's way too dangerous. So that was a struggle in itself. I'll show you guys right now. We actually reversed the boat in. We had a whole crowd of people just watching us and we had to try and get the boat actually back on the trailer, and thankfully we did it. We put the max tracks under, we got tire pressures down, we took all the right precautions, which was good. But yeah, that in itself could have turned into an absolute disaster, but what a start to this mission!
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A nomad, passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt.
That's what we're after. Good sized little whiting. So what we've done is we've actually had to come back inside the reef because it was so swelly out the back, and the waves just kept breaking. It was getting super sketchy. It is a 3-metre swell like I was saying before. So we've come in and it has fully just gone so nice right now. There's no wind or anything. I think Dad might have just caught a fish. Here he goes. How fun is this? Getting back to basics. Nice little sand whiting. Good stuff. What do you reckon, Weege? Man, it has turned into an absolutely magical day, but what we're gonna do is just go completely back to basics, and we've come into shallower water, and as you would have seen, Dad just pulled in a nice sand whiting, so we're gonna try and get a feed of those. And we might even go for a squid or something. And if the conditions stay like this and the swell maybe dies off, then what we might do is just send it back out and see if we can get something. But I don't know, I'm having a pretty good time anyway. Dad's just taking a whiz out the back. So I'm not quite sure if you guys follow him. Whoa. I nearly broke my leg. Let's take two. All right. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Instagram or not, but I just spent a recent trip over in Queensland for about a month, just shy of a month, and it was absolutely epic. I started the trip over in the Gold Coast and I made my way all the way up the coast, ended up hiring a van and spent 8 days on the road traveling all the way up to Airlie Beach. It was an absolute crazy trip. I met some awesome people and I treated it as a bit of a networking trip because the weather was a little bit average, so I didn't really get to go out too much and get too much content. I managed to get out to a reef, the southernmost part of the Great Barrier Reef, which was an absolute epic day. It fully glassed off, and well, the marine life and the coral life out there is just absolutely crazy. I can't even describe it. But what I will do is I'll roll in some footage now and I'll show you guys how insane it was. And well, just enjoy the footage and we're gonna try and catch some more whiting. Justice, but the swell in here is massive, and what I'm doing is just going through all of this reef that I've got the charts up, and I'm just dodging through the reef. I don't know if you guys can see that wave breaking right behind me. It's just hectic, and it goes to show you've got to have your wits about you. There's a 3 metre swell today, and the wind has just picked up. The wind's made the whole difference. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an outgoing tide as well. But this is just wild. I'm following the trace that I had the other day, just to navigate through all this, and hopefully we get out the other side. I'll tell you what though, I absolutely love this stuff. It's not just the fishing, it's not just the magical campsites, but it's the adventure, it's the risk, it's the adrenaline. It's literally what I live for. I absolutely love it. Look at this swell. Oh, wowee. Look at these waves just breaking everywhere around here. Over there, literally just here. Crazy stuff. This is all the reef you got to deal with on the sounder.
Of the state, with a broad froth near the west coast. A cold front and rain band will move across the southwest of the state, awaken the front.
He's just given a bit of a weather update now.
Charlton Coastal Waters Forecast, Calberry to Jurien Bay.
He's just given a bit of a weather forecast, and what he was just saying was attention all boaties, the swell's about to pick up to double what it is now. So luckily for me, I think I can see town. It's about 20, probably 20 minutes away now, but it's just wild. Like, it wasn't even forecasted to do that, and now there's a weather warning coming across the station. All right, but what I am going to do is I'm going to punch over to that island just over there, because I want to show you guys. It looks pretty specky from what people have shown me. So we'll go over there, and of course I'm going to be safe, guys. I really want to promote safe boating. Like, so many things can happen if something goes wrong in the ocean, so please be safe, guys. I'm being safe, make sure you guys are safe too. All right, let's keep strolling. All right, let's drop that anchor down quickly. Very good. So what I've done, guys, is I've come to this beautiful little island here, and I'm just going to sit here a minute and regroup myself, and I'm just going to give Dad a quick call because town's about 10 minutes away, but I'm running a bit late than what we thought. So I'll just make sure that he knows that I'm all safe and everything like that, so he doesn't call the sea rescue on me. But it is quite nice in here. It's quite protected. We're out the swell. There's not too much wind behind this island, so what I'll do anyway, make a quick call, get the drone up of course to show you guys what it looks like, and I think that sun's about to come out as well, and then we'll keep punching on. Hope you guys are enjoying.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone.
What do you reckon, Mindy? Did you have a good trip? Well guys, that's it for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to Dingo Brewing, thanks to all the other sponsors that help out and make this possible, and also a massive thanks to you guys for even just watching what I do. I really appreciate it. The YouTube content has been very scarce the last couple of weeks, but I'm back and I promise I'm going to be way more consistent now with the YouTube content. So if you guys enjoy, it would mean the world if you could hit the like button, if you could subscribe. If you want to see more, there's going to be brand new merch that's about to drop very soon, so keep an eye on my Instagram, jamie.vogler, if you want to help out and buy merch just like this one right here. But that's about it guys, I'll see you next time. Stay safe.
My best friend